Welcome, everyone, to the Clinical Pen. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely check out clinicalpen.com for more.
Great to be here.
So today, let's discuss something that I think hits home for a lot of families: meal times.
Oh, yeah. The daily struggle.
Totally. Dealing with picky eaters, food getting wasted, just finding something everyone agrees on without it being pizza again. It can be really stressful.
It absolutely can. Finding that sweet spot, between healthy, affordable, and something the kids won't stage a protest over, it feels less like cooking and more like diplomacy.
Exactly. Diplomacy. So we want to unpack some ideas today, look at ways to plan family meals that actually work, things that are good for us, biologically speaking, but also appealing and hopefully less of a battle.
Making mealtime a win, basically, and not just getting through it.
Yeah, getting beyond just recipes and looking at the why and the how.
Okay, so where do we start? I think understanding why meal planning is so beneficial is key. It's not just about convenience, though that's part of it.
Right, the practical stuff is obvious. You waste less food, you probably save money, fewer panic-driven takeout orders. But there's a deeper level, isn't there?
Yeah.
Health, biology.
Definitely. When you plan, you're consciously thinking about balance. You're aiming for, lean proteins, those healthy fats we need, good carbs, vitamins, minerals, the whole package.
And it's not just about covering the bases. There's a real impact, right, on how kids grow, how their brains develop.
Huge impact. Consistent, balanced nutrition does things like help keep blood sugar stable. That means better energy, better focus for kids throughout the day, not those wild swings.
Okay, that makes sense.
And think about things like omega-3s, for brain development. Planning helps make sure those are consistently in the diet, not just an occasional thing.
Right, not just hoping they get enough somewhere.
And fiber from whole grains, veggies. It's not just for keeping things moving digestion-wise. It feeds the good bacteria in the gut, the microbiome. And we're learning more and more how much that affects everything, immunity, even mood.
Wow. So planning is kind of like building a foundation for better health, physically and mentally. But okay, knowing why is one thing. How do you actually do it when you've got, say, one kid who only eats beige food and another who's suspicious of anything green?
Ah, the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
This is where thinking about different weekly menu themes can be really helpful. They give you a framework.
Okay, let's get into those. The first one sounds promising. Classic comfort food with a healthy twist.
Yes, this one is all about familiarity, taking stuff kids probably already like or at least recognize and just nudging it healthier.
Like what kind of things?
Well, instead of fried chicken nuggets, maybe baked chicken tenders with a whole wheat crumb, or swapping regular fries for baked sweet potato fries, even hiding some pureed carrots or zucchini in spaghetti sauce.
Sneaky, I like it. So it feels familiar, less scary.
Exactly, it lowers the barrier to entry. And a big point here is involving the kids. If they help bread the chicken or stir the sauce even a little bit,
They're more likely to eat it.
much more likely. That sense of ownership is powerful.
Okay, good tip. What's next? Theme 2.
Budget-friendly and balanced. Super important for, well, pretty much everyone right now.
Yeah, groceries are no joke. So this is about making ingredients stretch.
Right. Like buying a rotisserie chicken. You have it for dinner one night, then use the leftovers for maybe chicken quesadillas or add it to a stir fry later in the week.
Smart, stretching that protein.
And pairing it with affordable staples, brown rice, pasta, lots of versatile, cheaper veggies like carrots, cabbage, onions, even frozen peas are great. You get a wide range of antioxidants and those fiber nutrients that support, immune function and cellular health without breaking the bank.
And this one included breakfast for dinner, right? Always a crowd pleaser.
Oh, yeah. Eggs, whole wheat toast, maybe a smoothie. Easy, cheap, and usually pretty well accepted. Hits a lot of nutritional marks, too.
Okay, now for the really tricky eaters. Fun and finger foods. This sounds like a tactic.
It absolutely is. It taps into kids' desire to touch and play. Think food they can pick up easily. Chicken skewers with the dipping sauce, veggie sticks cucumber, peppers with hummus, mini sliders, corn on the cob.
DIY taco bowls, maybe? Or those snack board dinners you see everywhere now.
Exactly. Even things like black bean brownie bites, a bit of fun, a bit sneaky. The idea is that it makes eating less intimidating, more interactive.
And I guess handling the food helps with fine motor skills, too.
It does. Plus, offering protein and fiber-rich options in this format, like the hummus or chicken bites, helps them feel full and satisfied. It makes the whole experience more positive, less pressure.
Okay, moving on. Globally inspired meals. This sounds ambitious for picky eaters. Yeah, how do you make that work?
Gently. The key is gentle introduction. You're not starting with, super spicy vindaloo.
Right, probably not.
It's more about adapting milder flavors from world cuisines into familiar formats. Like a simple chicken teriyaki bowl, the sauce is often sweet, kids like that. Or an Italian pasta bake with lots of cheese. Maybe build your own mild Mexican enchiladas or Greek gyros where they can choose the fillings.
Giving them some control again.
Yes, that choice element is huge. And the benefit here is exposing them to different nutrients and flavor profiles. Many global cuisines use spices like turmeric, ginger, garlic. These have amazing anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting properties. It broadens their nutritional intake and their palate over time.
Okay, that makes sense. Introduce it slowly. And the last theme, plant-powered and protein-rich.
Yeah, for families who are vegetarian, vegan, or just want to eat less meat, this tackles that common worry. Are my kids getting enough protein, enough iron?
Right. What kind of meals fit here?
Things like chickpea burgers, soup lentils are amazing, veggie stir-fries with tofu or tempeh, even mac and cheese, but maybe with some peas or pureed carrots mixed in, cauliflower crust pizza.
Lentils seem like nutritional powerhouses.
They really are. Along with chickpeas, black beans, all legumes. They're packed with protein, yes, but also tons of fiber, B vitamins, iron, things absolutely essential for energy, brain function. This theme shows you can definitely get those vital nutrients from plants.
Okay, so those are 5 great frameworks, lots of metals there. But let's pull it back to the day-to-day. What are the absolute must-do tips for making any of this work, especially with kids who are resistant?
Well, across all the approaches, a few things really stand out. Number one, we already touched on it. Involve the kids. Seriously. Let them pick a recipe, wash the lettuce, stir something, set the table, anything.
Even tiny jobs.
Even tiny jobs. It creates buy-in. Second, use dips and sauces strategically. A familiar ranch dip or hummus, even a little ketchup, can make trying a new veggie way less scary.
The power of dip.
Don't underestimate it. And maybe the most crucial one, patience and repeated exposure. It can take 10, 15, sometimes more times of seeing and maybe touching or tasting a food before a child accepts it.
15 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got to be persistent, but not pushy. Keep offering it calmly, without pressure.
So no battles over the broccoli.
Please, no battles. Keep meal times positive. If they don't eat the broccoli today, fine. Make sure there's something else on the plate you know they will eat. It should be about connection, not conflict.
Takes the stress off everyone, I imagine.
It really does. And finally, make it look good. A colorful plate with different textures is just naturally more appealing. We eat with our eyes first, right? Kids too.
Good point. Stepping back, it feels like this is about more than just getting food into kids.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge teaching opportunity. You're teaching about nutrition, maybe about other cultures through food, about making choices. You're helping them build a healthy, curious relationship with food for life.
That reframes it completely. It's not just a chore. It's actually a pretty significant part of parenting and family life.
Exactly. And if you think about it, the things that make these meal strategies work, involving them, being patient, staying positive, offering choices without forcing these are pretty good principles for lots of other areas too, aren't they?
That's really true. That makes you think, how could taking that same approach, engagement, patience, positivity, maybe learned at the dinner table, how could that influence how you handle homework or chores or navigating disagreements as a family? If you stop seeing meal planning as just another task and start seeing it as this regular chance for connection and, development.
Yeah.
How might that shift things in your home? Something for all of you to maybe think about this week.